Are your top stories brought to you by Fidelity Wealth Management.
Biden points the finger at Florida and Texas for a surge in coronavirus cases.
Simonoskaya boards a plane for Austria.
This is Reuters Now.
I say to these governors, please help. But if you aren't going to help, at least get out of the way.
President Joe Biden singled out the Republican governors from Florida and Texas on Tuesday and urged them to follow rather than oppose public health guidelines.
What are we doing?
As the United States races to contain the spread of the Delta variant of the coronavirus, particularly in southern states with relatively low vaccination rates.
Just two states, Florida and Texas, account for 1/3 of all new COVID-19 cases in the entire country. If some governors aren't willing to do the right thing to beat this pandemic, then they should allow businesses and universities who want to do the right thing to be able to do it.
Florida and Louisiana have emerged as the latest hotspots in the United States, with both reporting record numbers of hospitalized COVID patients, straining hospitals there. In Louisiana, intensive care unit nurse Felicia Croft, who has been on the front line since the pandemic began, said the current wave of COVID-19 has been the toughest for her.
The Delta wave that we're seeing now, people are younger and sicker, and we're intubating and losing people that are my age and younger.
The outbreak in Louisiana prompted Democratic Governor John Bel Edwards to order residents to wear masks again indoors. But in Florida, which has reported roughly a fifth of all new U.S. cases, Governor Ron DeSantis has opposed COVID-19 restrictions and last week issued an executive order blocking mask mandates in the state's schools. The U.S. is now averaging about 72,000 new COVID-19 cases per day. Earlier on Tuesday, Biden's chief medical advisor, Dr. Anthony Fauci, said he expected that number to rise.
We are going to be between 100 and 200,000 cases before this thing starts to turn around.
Support for Reuters comes from Fidelity Wealth Management. See how a Fidelity representative can help with tax smart guidance throughout the year. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC.
Let's take one thing at a time here. I think he should resign.
U.S. President Joe Biden on Tuesday joined a chorus of lawmakers calling on New York Governor Andrew Cuomo to resign after a report by the state's attorney general found that he had sexually harassed 11 women.
I understand that the state legislature may decide to impeach.
Carl Heastie, Speaker of the New York State Assembly, authorized an impeachment investigation into Cuomo's conduct and called the 168-page report from the Attorney General's office, quote, disturbing.
I never touched anyone inappropriately.
In a video statement, 63-year-old Cuomo denied he acted inappropriately and said he had no plans to resign. But the findings could signal a swift fall for Cuomo, who had become a popular national figure last year in the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic. In a Tuesday statement, U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said, quote, as always, I commend the women who came forward to speak their truth. Recognizing his love of New York and the respect for the office he holds, I call upon the governor to resign.
I want to read a statement. Senators Gillibrand and I.
New York's two U.S. senators, Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Kirsten Gillibrand, also said Cuomo needed to go.
No elected official is above the law. The people of New York deserve better leadership in the governor's office. We continue to believe that the governor should resign.
Some former staffers and accusers also spoke out on Twitter, including Anna Liss, who said, quote, thank you. Thank you to everyone who expressed support out loud and in whispers, for hugs and hand squeezes and texts. Thank you.
Belarusian sprinter Kristina Simonoskaya left Tokyo for Austria on Wednesday, adding another dramatic twist in a diplomatic drama. Simonoskaya was seen arriving with a police escort before boarding an Austrian Airlines plane to Vienna. Previously, she had been scheduled to board a flight to Warsaw, where the government has offered her a humanitarian visa. A member of the Belarusian community in touch with Simonoskaya said diplomats had changed her flight due to security concerns. She had been set to compete in the women's 200-metre heats on Monday, but her country's head coach turned up at her room on Sunday and told her to leave. Simonoskaya refused to board a flight home and sought refuge at the Polish embassy. The International Olympic Committee said on Tuesday it had launched a formal investigation into the case and was expecting a report from the Belarusian team. The incident has put renewed attention on the political discord in Belarus, a former Soviet state that is run by President Alexander Lukashenko.
Those were your top stories for today, brought to you by Fidelity Wealth Management.